Okay guys, so I'm back to show you how I do this delicious Spanish Club sandwich. Alright, so let's get to it. I have my pan. As you've seen in my earlier video, I had prepped up that beautiful breast chicken in cans. Okay, so one of the tricks that I do for my omelet, I drizzle a little bit of the virgin Goya olive oil because it gives it a nice crisp to the breast in the pan. And then when I go ahead and scramble those eggs, I add those on. So you're going to see everything, how everything's done step by step. 1, 2, 3, very fast, very simple, easy. All right, so I'm going to, the first thing I'm going to do actually before I crank this up, we're going to go ahead and crack them 4 eggs. So for 2 cans, all you need is about 4 eggs. Oh, wait, that little thing in there. You can add more eggs if you like. I mean, it's up to you if you're a big egg person. I love eggs. But, however, I only put 4 for 2 cans. I think that's plenty. Alright? Because the key ingredient is that beautiful breast white chicken. Okay? So, I'm just going to go and throw these here. Okay, so let me grab my fork very quickly. All right, so 4 eggs for me. All right. Just make sure you get them real good. And another thing I do to make my eggs a little softer, I go ahead and I add just a tablespoon of butter. Just to fluff them up a little bit. Now, I don't do this to my eggs all the time. If I'm making breakfast, I just kind of scramble them. But it depends what I'm doing. All right. So there you have it. So now we're going to go ahead and crank up our pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to push the eggs back. So this way you're able to see my station and see what I'm doing. All right, so here we have it. Pans up to a low heat, not to like a low medium heat, I want to say. And this is one of my favorite pans. I know it looks kind of beat up, but this does the best omelets, the best eggs, everything. And I won't let go of it. All right, so I kind of use my candle to hold like the handle a little bit there. All right, so the first thing I do before I show you how I add everything into the pan. Okay, I go ahead and take my olive oil and I do a little drizzle into the pan. So I would say about a tablespoon and a half. All right, so the first thing I do is I grab that chicken, that lovely seasoned up chicken, and I just make a nice bed. I'm not going to use that. That's why I got my spoon out. So I make a nice bed very quickly. Wait, I got to actually move this. Make a nice bed. It smells so delicious. And I'm telling you, these sandwiches are to die for. Super delicious. And if you want, you can add like other ingredients like cheese and all that good stuff. But I'm just doing a plain Jane the way I like it. The regular recipe that I do. All right. So you definitely want to make a nice bed in your pan and flatten it out because you want the bottom to get that nice crisp. Okay? And then you want to leave just a little bit on the side. You just leave about, I would say about 2, like a little handful on the side. And I'll tell you why. All right, so you want to crank this up maybe a little bit. Once you have it in the pan, you want to crank it up a little bit. All right? Because you want to make sure that gets a little crisp in the bottom before we add in the eggs. Beautiful omelet to die for. And you can eat it like that if you want. Like just like an omelet with some hot sauce on the side or whatever sauce you choose. Or you can use it as like I do with the bread. So, and I make a nice funky club sandwich with it. So, definitely this is some yum yum stuff. So what do you think about my son's nickname? I call him Yum Yum. I'm not the one one that actually started that. My daughter, she's 12. She has autism too. They both do, like I said. And she just came out one day, I don't know, a couple years ago. She just said, "You're my little yum yum." So it just stuck with him till then. And for now. But he loves it. He loves it. He don't mind. All right. And make sure you get your spatula. All right. Because you're going to see, I don't know if I could show you that. You're going to see the virgin Goya olive oil. You're going to see it like bubble up around. So when you see that, you want to make sure you just go around it just like that. And pat down again. Just to make sure it's not over sticking. Because this kind of, like I said, this is quick. 1, 2, 3 stuff. Alright, gonna crank it back up. So yeah, my daughter should be coming in the door soon. She has this awesome after school program that she does at the school. She for extra work. I mean, she's very dedicated to her school. She takes her grades seriously. I mean, she is like awesome. She's super awesome. She's totally the opposite of me. Oh, goodness. Because I was no angel back then. But she's, you know, I thank God for the way he gave her to me. She's awesome. All right. Okay, once you see that it has a nice crisp too in the bottom, and you'll be able to feel that. You'll be able to feel that, you know, with your mind that, you know, it's time to add in the egg. That's the best I can explain it. So when you see that, you know, it gets a nice crisp around the edges, that's when you know. Okay, so just try to have a good eye for things. That's how I cook. And then at this point, you want to go ahead, and this is where it gets good. You want to add in, I don't know if you can see me, yes, the eggs. This is some good stuff, y'all. You don't even know. And please try this dish because you're going to say, oh my God, this is really good. And I would have to say the salsón is what gives this whole dish a really big kick. There's a lot of ingredients out there, McCormick, all the seasonings they have out there that I love. But I stick to my Goyas because this girl's Latin and I grew up in a Latin family. So I stick to my stuff. But I use everything. Trust me. I use everything you could think of. But this is my fave. Alright. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to grab a little see-through cup here. Or bowl. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple olives. Okay. You don't want the juice. Just the olives. Just a few. Now wait. I'm trying to get some big chunks in here. Alright, depending on how many sandwiches you're making. Again, you could keep the olives out, or you could add them onto the sandwich. And I just do a simple toothpick on the sandwich, cut them up, very pretty. Okay, so as you see this boiling up, alright, again, spatula. And it's just like you're doing an omelet. Same thing. And make sure that egg gets in there. Alright. So, the reason why I saved about a handful of that breast canned chicken on the side is because the chicken that I already put in here is going to be nice and toasty and warm. And then you're going to have that fresh layer on top as well. But it's still going to be cooked, but not like, you know, with the bottom part being all nice and crispy. Tongue twisted there for a minute. Just so you understand that. That's why I kept that up. Alright. And then once I do that, what you're going to do for about 7 minutes, you're going to cover this up. So here goes my other handful on top. And before I spread that, I want to show you. I'm going to take my phone off so you can see exactly what it looks like very quickly. All right, so we're going to do that very quick. So let me hand this over here. So if you see it's all fluffed up. The bottom has that first layer of that beautiful chicken with those queeny grains, organic grains. That's going to be roasted in the bottom so beautifully. Okay. So what I do is I just take, and see the crisp on the side already? I take that little handful and I just kind of spread it. Very pretty. And just make sure you kind of get it and spread it. Very pretty. All right, guys. And that's pretty much it. So at this point, all I do, super yum, check that out. I just top it with a lid, okay? Look at that, so pretty. I top it with a lid, and that's pretty much it. Let it rock out. Let it sit for about I say about 5-6 minutes. Turn it off. It's going to work itself through. And then we're going to go ahead and toast up that bread. So stay tuned for the final plating. Like I said, 20 minutes. All right. Bye.